What's up, y'all, boy? This your boy Marlo, and today we got that Russle Dale area, aka Dale side. In the 1800s, Russell Dale looked like a modern-day farm community, a community where the land was perfect due to its natural environment. Back in the 1800s, Philbin Creek was merely a small river before the 1900s infrastructure boom. What made Philbin Creek so important to Russell Dale is the fact that it ran from the Cooper River all the way to the Ashley River. This caused the land to have a natural chemical balance, making the land real fertile. As more West Africans arrived, they noticed acres and acres of land that had this plant called lady fern. So wherever there was lady fern, there was life. The piece of land had huge bison, huge fish, and small game everywhere. By the 1900s, train tracks would be built from the city of North Charleston to the city of Charleston so that meats and produce could be super fresh. By 1972, when North Charleston got officially incorporated, the entire neighborhood would be covered up and split in half by Interstate 526. Philbin Creek would eventually get fixed up, remodeled, and reused for drainage purposes. When you get off exit 18A east and you make that first right, that's where you enter Russell Dale, also known as Dale side. Lil Meechie was from that Delta Street area on Russell Dale. As a kid, Lil Meechie would be the big brother to many little brothers and sisters. One day, back in 2006, Lil Meechie had a little brother who also had 3 siblings and a mother, and they all would lose their lives in a massacre on Ferndale. Shortly after, Lil Meechie would begin to hustle as early as the 7th or 6th grade. Lil Meechie would experience death at such an early age and in such a violent manner that at a very, very early age, Lil Meechie would understand that the world was cruel and cold. Lil Meechie would begin to come on Bray Lane on the making and rock with many other hustlers and savages. There was this young guy, only about 10 at the time, who was also from the Russell Dale community. His name was Pnut. One day on Bray Lane, we were only about 10, and Lil Meechie was about 14, and Lil Pnut was trying to explain to me how he had already shot an AK-47, and I didn't have believe him because we were only 10. So one day he would walk up to Lil Meechie and be like, "Hey Meechie, bro, ain't when we been on that deal on 4th of July, we bust that chopper." And Lil Meechie been like, "Yeah, hello, bro. That's how we be rocking on that deal." On the short life of Pnut, shit, me and Pnut, we went to school together, first grade, second grade, middle school, high school, throughout elementary. We played for the Raiders, bro, I played for the Raiders. By middle school, same thing, sports like that. But by the time me and Pnut actually clicked up back together, I probably been like 14, just had turned 14. No, I been 13, just turning 14, and Pnut would be like, "Man, Marlo, you serving that pressure, you might as well come on that deal and start serving that turkey." You see what I'm saying? But Lil Pnut always been the type like, and that's a true story right y'all now. Lil Pnut always been the type like, "Man, Marlo, I ain't about to be serving no turkey out y'all, bro." Lil Pnut ain't never served turkey around those times. Like, I don't think Pnut served turkey before he had graduated high school. You see what I'm saying? Big bro always been on some shit like, "Man, bro, I ain't about to finish school, bro. I got plans, my nigga. I ain't getting caught up in that." You feel what I'm saying? But bro always just used to tell me like, "Man, Marlo, shit, I know all them boys, bro. And if you tryna, you see what I'm saying? I went from making like, I've been like 13, 14. I went from making like 80, little $100 a day to about $250 every time I go rock with Pnut. You see what I'm saying? That been a big difference at that time. You see what I'm saying? But man, Pnut ain't had no malice in his heart. You see what I'm saying? Pnut been a type who I want to see people do good. You feel what I'm saying? Pnut ain't been no no bad type of person. You see what I'm saying? Peanut probably just been at the wrong place at the wrong time. The time Peanut made it to college, you see what I'm saying? Peanut would be getting that paper in college. You see what I'm saying? Peanut would be doing this thing. You feel me? And that's the thing I want people to know. Like, it be a lot of people who be like, man, people ain't start thugging until they get out of school. But sometimes what you gotta realize, like, you can't look at nobody on no lame shit. Like, you gotta look at that as in, like, shit, at least just because bro finished school, that don't make him not a street guy. You see what I'm saying? You gotta think about it like, shit, bro finished school. That mean he got at least some type of discipline or focus about himself. You see what I'm saying? But, you know, a lot of people who act too gangsta or too hard just can't accept the fact that people change after high school. You feel me? But bro, I ain't really made no major change. You see what I'm saying? Bro, I just start getting money. You feel me? Y'all know how it is in college. You be broke as hell. You ain't about to stay broke. You see what I'm saying? But bro, I just been at the wrong place at the wrong time, man. But as far as that Russle Dale community, man, it's like, it's morals around there. You see what I'm saying? The young guys around there, they stick together. You see what I'm saying? They're not like a lot of other hoods where people show a lot of malice. You see what I'm saying? When you meet the low guys, when you meet the young guys from the Dale area, you don't really see too much people, you know, putting on a show. You see what I'm saying? Most of those guys stay to themselves. You see what I'm saying? They hang amongst each other. You don't go catch them boy with too many outsiders. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you see somebody off the Dale, they ain't with no outsiders. They with strictly Dale boys. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, man, this your boy Marlo, and I'ma wrap the situation up, man. Hey, yo.